Good morning, students. Last class we started with lesson number 4, structure of ocean floor. In this lesson we studied about different relief features. We studied about continental slope, we studied about continental shelf, we studied about abyssal plain. Today we'll learn about the left out portion. We'll study about the submerged hills and mountains. We'll study about the marine trenches and marine deeps. So let's get started. Students, as you all can see, hills and mountains on the continent, in the same way on the ocean floor also there are hills and mountains. These hills and mountains are submerged under the oceanic water. You can see here, students, in the diagram that there are hills and mountains that are under the oceanic water. They are called as submerged hills and mountains. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. The peaks of some submerged mountains are visible above the sea level. They are called as marine islands. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands found in the Bay of Bengal is an example of marine island. Sometimes the summit of the marine island is not conical. It is flat and extensive. They are called as submarine plateaus. The Chagos Plateau found in the Indian Ocean is an example of submarine plateau. Next we'll see marine deeps and marine trenches. On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow and steep. They are called as marine trenches or marine deeps. So which are shallower, they are called as marine deeps. But which are deeper, they are called as marine trenches. So students, just try to understand that on the ocean floor, the relief features which are deep, narrow and steep are called as marine deeps or marine trenches. Which are shallow, they are called as marine deeps, and which are deeper, they are called as marine trenches. The trenches are about thousands of meters deep from the sea level. So from the sea level, a trench can be thousands of meters deep. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is about 11,034 meters from the sea level. So students, do remember which is the deepest trench? It is the Mariana Trench. Where it is found? It is found in the Pacific Ocean. What is the depth of the Mariana Trench? It is 11,034 meters. As it is found below the oceanic water, the depth is written with a negative sign. So you will write it out minus 11,034 meters. Okay, students. So students, do remember that the mid-oceanic submerged hills and the marine trenches, they are the most active part of the ocean floor in the world. They are the most active part because many active volcanoes are found here. Students, do you know what is an active volcano? An active volcano is a volcano which erupts regularly. That is, it erupts after regular interval of time. It pours out molten magma molten rock material from inside the earth's surface is poured out of the active volcanoes. As many active volcanoes are found here and these areas are earthquake prone areas, they are called as the active part of the ocean floor. Now students, what do you mean by earthquake prone area? Earthquake prone area means the areas where earthquake occurs very often. So, the submerged hills and marine trenches. These are the areas on the ocean floor where you can see active volcanoes and also earthquake occurs very often. So, they are called as the most active part of the ocean floor. Because of the occurrence of earthquake and the presence of volcanic mountains, what happens is that the tsunamis can be seen very often on the coastal areas which are situated nearby. So students, this was all about the relief of ocean floor. So students, we have studied about the relief of ocean floor. We studied about different features. We studied about continental shelf, the areas of the coast and submerged under oceanic water. They are called as continental shelf. They are the shallowest part of the ocean floor. Now after the end of the continental shelf, the beds become steeper. They are called as continental slope. Then the flat part of the ocean floor is called as abyssal plain. The series of mountains and hills are called as submerged hills or mountains. If the peak of the submerged mountain is seen above the sea level, it is called as marine islands. Then if the top is flat and extensive, then it is called as submarine plateaus. Then the part of the ocean floor which are deeper, narrow and steep, they are called as marine deeps or trenches. If they are too narrow, then they are called as marine trenches. Okay students, this was all about the relief of the ocean floor. Next we will see marine deposition. The marine beds are the deepest part of the world in the respective regions. Hence we can see that different kinds of depositions are found here. The depositions can be broadly of three types. First are the pebbles, clay and the soil etc. that are brought by the rivers, glaciers etc. from the continents. As you all know students, that the rivers, the glaciers on the continents, they ultimately meet the sea. So when these rivers, they flow, they carry a lot of load along with them. All this load is deposited on the continental shelf. So we can see that on the continental shelf, lots of pebbles, clay, soil, etc. are deposited. So this is the first kind of deposition that is found on the ocean floor. Such kind of deposition that is brought by the rivers, glaciers, it occurs basically on the continental shelf. They are called as marine deposits. As we have studied that active volcanoes are found on the ocean bed. These active volcanoes, when they erupt, they pour out lava and ash. This lava and ash that is found on the ocean floor is also a part of the ocean deposit. Now, the fine soil particles coming out of the volcanic eruption is deposited on the ocean bed on a large scale. Along with it, remains of, that is the dead animals and plants, are also found here. This dead plants, that is the dead marine plants and animals, they get mixed with the fine soil. So they form a mixture. This mixture is very fine. It consists of the dead marine plants and animals and the particles, that is the fine soil, ash that is poured out by the volcanoes. So this mixture is found here. It is called as marine ooze. The marine ooze, it is about 30% of the ocean deposit that is found. So, if we want to study about different types of minerals that is found in the ocean and also about the marine life, then this marine ooze, it helps a lot. Then the rocks found here are basically of the sedimentary type. That is, sedimentary rocks are found here because layer after layer is deposited, and because of the pressure of the oceanic water, this layer they harden to form sedimentary rocks. So what we studied, students, is that the lava and ash that comes out of the volcano, along with that the dead marine animals and plant, they get deposited. It is very fine and it is called as marine ooze. The third type of deposit that we'll see is the human induced materials. This human induced materials include sewage, solid waste, radioactive materials, waste chemicals and plastics. Now students, as you all know that the population is growing and also there is large scale urbanization. Because of the growing population and large scale urbanization, what is happening is that the waste that is produced from the cities, that is from the households, it is poured into the rivers, and these rivers ultimately carry them to the oceans. The next we will see solid waste. The solid waste means any waste in solid form. It can be the waste from the household, from the municipal, air corporation, etc. So all this waste is being carried to the oceans. Next we will see radioactive materials. Now these radioactive materials that are being produced or that are the waste products of the scientific research, when they are poured into the oceans, they are very harmful because the radioactive materials, they are very long lasting. They don't decay very easily. The next we'll see the waste chemicals. They pour the waste materials into the rivers, and this waste materials are ultimately carried to the oceans. Plastics, yeah students, whenever we go to the beaches, what we do is we have something and we throw the bottles and everything there. So these plastics also form a part of the oceanic waste. Now, though the quantity of human induced material is very less, but the nuisance value is very large. They affect the marine life a lot. Now students, they not only affect the marine life, but we are also affected. Just see what happens. Now all these waste materials are poured into the oceans. The fishes and other marine animals, they eat them. And when they form a part of our food, now all the chemicals, they come into our body. These chemicals, they go into our body. So we are also affected. So now this human induced materials, they are life threatening for us as well. So students, here we saw that 3 type of marine deposits are found. First, the clay, the pebbles, the soil that is brought by the rivers and glaciers. Secondly, the ash, the marine animals and plants, they together form marine ooze. So the second type of deposit is the marine ooze, and the third type of deposit is the human induced materials. Next we will see how the mean sea level is calculated. So students, we have already studied that the height or depth of any place is measured from the sea level. Now how do we get the sea level? So in order to find out the sea level, what is done is that the average of the level of water during the high tide is taken. You can see here the maximum level of water is given. So maximum level of sea water, that is during the high tide, is taken, and the minimum level of the sea water during the low tide is taken, and the average of both these two figures is found out. After finding, what is that the average we get is the sea level. On the basis of this sea level, we calculate the height of any particular place and the depth of any particular place. So the height is measured in positive value and the depth is measured in negative value. You can see here that the example is given, the height of Mount Everest is shown in positive value, that is positive 8,848 meters, and the depth of Mariana Trench is shown in negative, that is minus 11,034 meters. In India, for the survey purpose, the height of the sea level at Chennai is taken as the sea level. Okay students, you can see here, see this is the sea level. From the sea level, this is a trench, that is a Mariana Trench. So the value is shown in negative, minus 11,034 meters. And this is Mount Everest. So the height of Mount Everest is measured from the sea level, that is it is 8,848 meters. That was all for today students. Hope that you have understood the lesson. Thank you.